Welcome to the Shamrock Sports Talk Show with your hosts, Igor Andy from Serbia, Europe, and Andy Vernon from Concord, New Hampshire. We are about pride, tradition, sweat, tears, victory, and determination of Boston sports. Give us a ring at 512-543-4662. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the Shamrock Sports Talk Show. Hello, and thank you for tuning into the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC, where you can find the best in sports talk television and radio shows. Mondays, check out the Just Us Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts, Kevin L. Dixon and Dana Clark. Then Tuesday, we have the Stars Talking Cowboys Sports Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. And on Wednesday, tune in for the Out the Block Sports Talk Show from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with hosts Robert Lewis, Donna Hainsworth, and Brett Shields. Then meet up with us on Saturday for the Enhanced Sports Talk Show from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern with hosts Lou Tenor and Steve Davidson. We also have the DMV Sports Talk Show from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern with your host Razul McGee. As well, we have the Shamrock Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern with Igor Andy and Andy Vernon. Finally, rounding out the week, we have on Sunday, That's Not How We See It Sports Talk Show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern with your host, Alfred Wallace, Tony Wallace, and Harold Robinson III. These shows come to you by way of the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Shamrock Sports Talk Show. This is episode number 48. I'm Igor, your host. Andy is not with us, sadly, but I have my man, Kevin Dixon. So when he's here, I am safe, just like Andy is here. So even better. How are you doing, my man? What did I do? Okay. now we can talk. Hello, welcome to the show. Can you hear me? Excellent. So I hope that you're good with your heavy snow there, my man.
Yeah, it actually just stopped snowing. It's starting to sleep now, so we're good. It'll probably all be gone by tomorrow.
Just to tell you that we do not have one single snowflake here. It's like it's like spring here, but we are expecting heavy snow any day.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Oklahoma City loss 123-127. That loss upset me a little. It's not like I'm concerned or something. Here is the picture. That loss made me angry. And of course, that loss made angry the Boston Celtics team. So they beat the shit out of Utah Jazz alongside Danny Ainge, 126-97. which is expectable from the best team NBA. What is not expectable, what is not expected, is that we have the third period problems still. What is not expected is that Oklahoma City Thunder team, which is looking like contender in 35 games thus far, but realistically they are in rebuilding process. Okay, they are young team, upcoming team. They are like Boston Celtics 2018, right? They are exactly like full of talent, but without experience, playoff experience. Okay, and them to lead like 15, 17 points against this stacked Boston team. I must check the lineups from that game, but I think that we were full squad in that game. So let me just tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, we full squad.
Yep. So I think that Jaylen Brown and a couple of other players didn't have their night, especially Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had reminded me on Jrue Holiday had horrible game. 7-5-7. He was minus 15.
Yeah,
He was shooting.
He didn't shoot.
Mhm,
Yeah, he didn't shoot.
mhm.
He didn't shoot well that night at all.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the problem I'm having though is when you're not shooting well, you got to play better defense.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Being that you're in the pros now, you know your defense makes your offense. So you got to hunker down defensively because you've been taught that if your offense is struggling, if you play good defense, then your offense will come alive. But you don't play good defense, then the offense is still going to be it's not going to be as good. And that's the issue that I'm having with them right now is that they're still reverting back to the old Celtics in the third quarters of games where they just need to rely on their defense more so than their offense because they come out a little sluggish, you know.
Mm,
And the funny thing about it is you have three out of the five starters that was there the last year.
mm,
And even before that, this has been their problem since Jalen and Jason got there. Is the third quarters has always been a nemesis for them when it comes to playing against great teams. Um, it- it- they they can't. They have to be prepared, in my opinion, to play to shoot less threes at some point in time in the game and play better defense. I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
that Brad Stevens wants them to shoot threes all the time, shoot more threes than not. The
Mm-hmm.
the bet against that is that you'll make more than you miss percentage wise, but it depends on when you're shooting them. Is my problem. So that game, I watched that game down to the T. I wish
Mm-hmm.
that Porzingas would have hit that three instead of the two because that have gave the game a different atmosphere at that point
Mm-hmm.
in time. But they put themselves in that situation, and they couldn't
I
put the defense on, turn the
uh-huh.
defense off.
I was really happy with Porzingas. I wanted to praise Porzingas on that game. He had mistakes, he had misses, but listen, he had 34 points, he had 10 rebounds, he had 2 assists, he had 3 blocks, 2 monster blocks, if I recall. He was like +3. He was shooting 12 of 18 field goals. 12 of 18 field goals. He was shooting 2 of 3 for threes. He had 6 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, and he destroyed Chat Holgreme. I really enjoyed in it. He was schooling him. Remember that up and under, and that stuff. I mean, he showed him that he is rookie. But like I said, Tatum did his job, like 30 points, 13 rebounds, even though Shea Gilgeous-Alexander on the picture was the best player on the floor.
Yeah, he
That
could miss. He was on fire.
Mhm.
Players step up, big time players step up in big time plays and make big time plays in big time games. And Shea Gildress Alexander did that. And that's why his name has been mentioned as the MVP for that team. Um, and rightly so. 36, 6 and 7. Um, he played good basketball. He put the team and he put the team on his back and took him to the promised land against us. Again, um, it's and what's really crazy, man, is that if you think about it, at the end of the game, Drew Holiday wasn't even in. It was Pritchard.
Yeah,
That's the part that kind of
yeah, that's it. Uh, I mean, Joe Mazzulla was experimenting with the lineups, and because Jrue Holiday sucked throughout the three periods, he was minus 15. That's the lowest plus minus in the team. Horford was minus 13, and Holiday was minus 15. So Joe Mazzulla kind of benched him, you know,
yeah.
and put Pritchard. Pritchard was not that much better than Holiday. He had like 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, just like that lineup tweaks at the end. It could have been beneficial for us at the end, but we didn't have luck at the end of the game. But to tell you the truth, we didn't deserve to win. Didn't deserve to win because
I agree.
we were trailing 10 plus points throughout the second half. And again, like I said, this is Porzingas against Under. And by the way, I'm really thrilled about Porzingas. I mean, everything that I wanted from the center, that I have been crying since we traded Kevin Garnett, is Kristaps Porzingas. God only give him health. Only give him health. Nothing else. Right.
That's the key though, is him um staying healthy. That is the
Yeah.
key to all of this, is him staying healthy, because you can see how and even though most of the Celtic fans were like upset that we got rid of Robert Williams, but we had to do that. That was a must, because you know hindsight, you see that he's out for the season with Portland. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so if he would have been with us, I'm not saying the same thing would have happened to him, but we're still missing. He's blocking shots, he's getting dunks, but he's not the outside threat that we need. And I've always said that, even when we go back to the time we had Perkins. I love
Mm-hmm.
Perkins to death, but we never had a center that could score outside of the paint. I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that kind of hurt us at some point in time. And now that we have for singers who can spread the floor, everybody else is taking advantage of that situation. And more or less, it's really opening the doors for Derek White to play as well as he's
Mm-hmm.
playing. And we were talking about Derek White and the concept of could be possibly get voted in for the coaches in the All-Star game. So it's helping the team out so well. um, and it looked like they all get along, and that's the most important thing. I think a lot of people don't believe that's the case, but with a team this young, they have to get along. Um, and I tell people all the time, with Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, those guys, they never really hung out together. You know what I'm saying? But they knew when they got on the basketball court, it was time for business. You know, and they didn't take it personal. It's just that they had different lifestyles. You know, but with these guys being younger, they definitely have to gel, because if I don't know if you saw the interview with Gordon, Hayward Gordon, how he said everybody had their own agenda, even though they had Tatum
Yeah,
and Steph.
yeah. I wanted to talk this with you. Yeah, great stuff. Please continue.
Yeah, so what Gordon said was, I got back. I was All Star the year before that. You had Kyrie Irving, who was an All Star. I think Tatum had maybe got voted in as an All Star. You had Terry Rozier, who and Jalen Brown, who played in Game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they the only team that we ever had, I think, that lost in Game 7 at home. I think we were like 37-1 in Game Sevens or something like that. So they did make the history book just the wrong way. But you had all those guys coming back next year, and there was going to be an issue about the playing time. And you had too many guys like Gordon Hayward. You had too many guys in the same position. But I understood what Danny Ainge is trying to do. Um, with the team, you bring Kyrie Irving in to facilitate and take over when he need to take over because he had a title and he had to go. Yeah, he had a title at the time, and he's the one that's going to run the show. Um, but then you don't show up for Game 7 against the Cavaliers, um, and things of that nature. And then Gordon Hayward comes back off an injury, thinking that he should start. And in all honesty, I felt like um, Gordon Hayward should have been come off the bench because of the continuity that Rozier, Tatum, and Brown had together. I think Gordon would have been a better six man come off the bench because he could still score. He felt like he should have started. But and Tatum came out and said, I agree with him. We all had our own agenda at the time
Yeah,
because you think about
I
it, they were in the third year and they had already went to Eastern Conference Finals. So they knew they was like, oh man, we right there. If we don't make it this year, I know we're gonna make it there next year. You turn around and you win the first game against the Bucks, and then you get swept the next 4 games.
remember that in our old page, um, we had numerous battles with the Celtics fans that expected multiple titles from that team till now.
Yeah.
Very, very hard times. But Danny and me and you and Andy, we were to the point. We were not happy what is going on in that team.
Right.
We said that the chemistry is bad. It was obvious even from the moon when you have Kyrie Irving at the team. This is disaster. This is it can't work. The man is toxic, okay? But aside from Kyrie, what was the problem? The problem was the people I don't know can find Celtics Talk radio shows, numerous shows. We spent years talking about it. And now I'm really happy that it was verified what we were talking about, that we are not crazy, Kevin.
Right.
So we had internal problems. Okay, and it is not just Kyrie. We didn't have hierarchy at the team. Okay, and what happened that year? And I'm not happy with interpretation at the media still. What happened is, and by the way, I'm really happy that Tatum admitted it. I really want Brown to step up and say, hey, listen, I'm guilty one. It's not just blame it on Gordon, blame it on Kyrie. And what the Celtics fans did? Which hand? Kyrie is the one. Everyone else is innocent. Gordon is also always injured. They blame him to extent. But it is not like that. What was the problem is lack of strong hand, military command in this team.
You know what else too? I think if Doc Rivers would have been on that team, I think probably played. They probably would have been a better team because he's a veteran coach. With Brad Stevens
Mm-hmm.
being there and not winning anything at all,
Yeah.
I think they looked at Brad Stevens like, "Yo, you really don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, we're not gonna rely on nothing you say, things of that nature." And Brad was a very good coach. You look at all the people that he helped get paid that left Boston and went somewhere else and got paid because of the performance they did in Boston. But I think that they needed a stronger coach. And even if they didn't have Brad, even if Brad team was the coach, if their assistant coach was a stronger guy, I think we're having a different conversation now because I think you sit them down individually and you talk to them. You tell them, this is what I need from you every night. This is what I need you to do every night. You're not going to start, but what you can do is if you feel like you're a starter, go out in the court and prove yourself. And if the trade comes through and that's where you want to go, I'll send you there. Prove to
Mm-hmm.
me prove to
Mm-hmm.
the NBA that you still have the ability to start. And I'm just going to use Gordon Hayward as an example. Prove to me that you have the ability to start, um, and the same stability to play and not get injured. And if there's a trade that comes through and you okay with the trade, I will send you there because now you have opportunity to shine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so out of respect, that's what I would have done. That's how I would have handled it. And now once I would have sat down with each individual, then I brought them together as a team, and I will explain to them everything I said to each individual. And I'll say,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I said to him. This is what I said to him. This is what I said to him. And they will convey everything I'm saying to them because at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about team. Okay. And
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
you all had
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
own agendas, even though you all had your own agendas, at the end of the day, it's about winning basketball games. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about winning titles, putting a banner up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I grant you that the fans are mad at Kyrie, because he ghosts Danny Ainge. And to me, as a grown man, if I don't want to beat her, I'm gonna tell you I don't want to beat her. I'm not gonna not answer your phone calls. That's to me that was really disrespectful. You
Yes,
know,
of course.
and
Yes, of course.
and so and that's why I don't really care about Kyrie because a grown man, you always want to talk about. He
Mm-hmm.
always talks about being an adult, setting standards, and all that kind of stuff. But you can't answer Danny Ainge's phone call and say, "Yo, I'm not coming back. Can we do?
Yes, yes.
This is where I want to go." And at least out of all of it, at least say, "Okay, let's do a sign and trade, so you'll get something back." He didn't even want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that I'm upset with, and I understand that's what the fans were upset with. But at the same token, though, the whole team from seventh man on down need to take blame for what happened. And again, like I always tell you, Igor, with Jason and
Mm-hmm.
Jalen, um, they
I, I,
need.
I wanted to talk about that. What happened there was, listen, that 2018 year, it would be better if we lost in the first round against Milwaukee. Okay, what happened was we had fantastic playoffs without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. Previously, when they were healthy, the team was absolutely mess. You didn't have hierarchy at the team. I'm looking at Golden State Warriors, and I always use Golden State Warriors championship analogy. In Golden State Warriors, you always know Stephen Curry is going to have 20 plus shoots per game. Clay, because he's the best shooter on the world. Clay Thompson, second best shooter, he's going to have 15 shoots. Then you have Draymond Green, 12. Then you have the others like 10 or less shoots, right?
Right.
In the defense, you know who is guarding whom, you know who is fouling whom. In Boston, what is happening? One game, Marcus Morris is having 25 shoots, and Kyrie Irving is having 8. The other game, Jaylen Brown is having 15 shoots or 20 shoots. Gordon Hayward 10. So every game the role changed,
Right.
or everybody was doing whatever they wanted to do, and Brad Stevens was just looking and having really small influence into the game and the what was happening in the locker room and outside of the locker room. So lack of hierarchy. And what was happening in the playoffs is that we had fantastic playoffs led by Horford, with Jaylen Brown, with Marcus Morris, with Jason Tatum, with Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. Fantastic playoff as a starting point guard. We all remember, and we will always remember that, of course. So the fans were saying like, oh, but we will win the title in the next couple of years. We do not need Kyrie. We do not need veterans in the team to win the title. So when I was telling them, are you nuts? We need veteran leadership to win the title.
Exactly.
We cannot win the title by playing rookies. Rookies cannot think that they can come into the league in the first year and took over the positions from the All-Stars and that they can lead the teams to the title. I mean, it happened. Larry Bird came the first year, and in the second year he won the title. But
and
Jaylen Brown and
what's funny though, the funny thing about it is like in that game 7 when Kyrie didn't play and Kyrie didn't show up and we lose and Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier was terrible.
Terry Rozier shooted 1 of 11 for threes. Terry Rozier. Yep.
They were terrible that game. Terrible.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
So Danny Ainge had the formula right. It's just that he didn't mix the way he wanted to mix.
I mean, I have my criticism to Danny Ainge, but that's another story. In the recent couple of years in Boston, because he was holding on to that picks too much. Okay, we had like plenty of picks, and he didn't make big trades because he was stuck with the concept of draft and develop, just like Sam Presti in Oklahoma. But at one point, we had too many picks, and those picks just failed. He didn't materialize those stockpile of picks and assets. But never mind. Returning to that team. So what was happening is that when the veterans returned to the team, the next year, 2019-20, that Gordon Hayward was talking about, the young guys, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Terry Rozier, they didn't want to step back.
Nope.
They didn't want to agree with the bench roles, with the smaller roles. They were saying like, well, we proved in the playoffs that we can be starters. So we want to be starters. And we know that Kyrie Irving is not the best veteran leader at the world. Gordon Hayward was always injured, like he said. Marcus Morris is hot head. Horford is good leader, but he's quiet. He's too quiet. He is not the best veteran leader for the young guys. I mean, role model, yes, but he cannot control the team and the locker room,
Right.
So they had no veterans to control that team. And the team in the 2019-20 just exploded from the inside, and we lost in the second round from Milwaukee, if I'm correct.
Yep. First game blew him out first game and came in this poo-poo the bed from that point on.
Yeah. And I'm not blaming Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown per se. The situation was everything was wrong. Like I said, you need military command. Now we have the good command. Brad Stevens exceeded my expectations. He's brave. as a general manager. He's better general manager than the coach.
Yes, he definitely is that. He's did a wonderful job, um, putting this team together, putting these pieces together. I'm really impressed with him. He learned a
Absolutely.
lot from Danny Ainge in a little bit of time. I'm telling you that for him to be that good as a GM to do what he's doing right now, and if they
Absolutely.
were to get, if they can get Kelly Olynyk, um,
Mhm.
or the dude from Isaiah Stewart, without giving up a lot, then he definitely got the man. He should get executive of
Yeah,
the year. I'm sorry.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think that maybe Sam Presti is in the mix there from Oklahoma. Definitely Brad Stevens. Definitely Minnesota Timberwolves general manager. But they are a pleasant surprise, you know. But we will see. So I'm pleasantly surprised returning to this year from Jason Tatum to say those words. That is showing you, Kevin, that our Jason Tatum, he matured. He really is maturing, and I'm really happy to see this, you know, because right now he is the face of the franchise. He is one of the faces of the NBA, right?
Yep, I agree.
And you laughed at one article of Colin Cowherd suggested championship window may be closed.
Yeah,
Laughable.
I don't get him at all. He just, I think he says things just to get just to get some attention.
Attention.
Because
Attention. Absolutely. Absolutely.
if Boston were to win the title this year, it's not they're bound to win more, because
Absolutely.
they're building on what they have now.
Mm,
You will get that same concept where you'll have players wanting to come play for Boston,
mm,
that normally wouldn't want to come play because they know they got an opportunity to play for a championship. I'm not saying that
absolutely.
that's that's the key to it, but that always happens in the new era now. You get guys take less money to come in. Like for example, I guarantee you, if the guy that got traded to the Clippers from the Sixers, Tucker, is it Tucker? What's his name? Is that name? No, I can't think of the name. The guy that
PJ
played
Tucker, maybe. Mm,
PJ Tucker. If he gets bought
mm,
out, where do you think he's going? He's going to Boston because they need
yeah.
another defensive guy, and that's all they need
Mm.
from him. They don't need him. Anything else he gives them is going to be a plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a plus.
I really, what I'm happy about, just to change the position, what I'm happy about in this loss from Oklahoma, this loss showed us the weaknesses. Why? Because Oklahoma City Thunder bench in this playoffs match, kind of playoffs match, Oklahoma City Thunder bench outplayed Boston bench.
Yes, they did.
I'm going to give you the arguments. Isaiah Joe, shooting guard from Oklahoma, he came in and he literally killed us with his shoots in the third. 10 points, 3 rebounds. Then you have Kayson Wallace, 5 points, 1 rebounds, 3 assists. One of the Williamses, 2, another Williams, 5. Then Aaron Wiggins, not Andrew Wiggins, Aaron Wiggins, he had like 4. So everybody were chipping in. Like you had 6 guys chipping in, and you had like, I'm going to count you right now, 13, 18, 20, 29 points from the bench, okay? And in Boston, you have 4-man bench. Sam Hauser, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett. Sam Hauser 6, Horford 7, Peyton Pritchard 5. So you have 6, 7, 13, 18. So 29, 18 bench. That's where we lost the game. The starters did well. That's where we lost game. Plus 11 for Oklahoma. Did you see?
Yeah, I agree. I
And
agree with.
about Boston bench, I'm talking the whole season, and the people are caught up in the moment. Like Luke Cornett had 20 points game. I don't have
But he,
anything against Luke Cornett.
yeah,
Fantastic.
the thing about it is
But
he played the whole game, so he should get 20 points. He was in there because somebody was resting. So you had he should be able to score those many points because in for them to think that it's only eye candy, but if he has to play on the playoffs like that, can he still give you 20 points? Is the question you need to ask yourself. If you don't have Porzingis or Al Horford playing, can he give you that in the playoffs? That's the question they should be asking themselves. Even though he did 20 points, he started that game, so he's supposed to do what he done. That's what's expected of him as a starter.
against Oklahoma City Thunder, for example, he played 14 minutes. He had two rebounds, and he was -1. I cannot blame him. All I'm saying is that when Luke Cornett is on the floor, the opposition offense is concentrating to involve Luke Cornett into high pick and roll
Right.
for the reason because I mean the centers like Holgreme and the others, they are doing whatever they want. And even Williams, what is his name? Jalen Williams. I mean, he's doing in the pick and rolls not only against Luke Cornett, but against Horford as well and Hauser. So, what I'm trying to say, you have 6 guys, Kevin, for the playoffs. You can say that Peyton Pritchard is 7th. Okay, Peyton Pritchard will play in the playoffs, definitely. From there, I'm not sure that anybody will play. Maybe
Yeah,
Hauser.
you got him and Hauser, Cornette. See, they need another bench player that's gonna be a defensive stopper or that's gonna be another scorer. Because when you bring
Hmm,
those two guys in there, now for Pritchard to get the rebounds he get, that's a plus for us, right?
absolutely.
Tim Hauser, if he plays a little defense, that's a plus for us. But we're not looking
Yes.
for him to play defense. We're looking for him to be a scorer. And if you can't
He was
score,
-7. He was -7 against Oklahoma. Al Horford
and
-13. Cornet -1. So the whole bench minus, except Pritchard. Pritchard was +9.
and I was watching the game. I was watching yesterday's game against Utah, and they basically played the fourth quarter. The Slavic, is that his name? Slagic, the number weird number
Which team? Utah.
Boston. He wears number 50.
Slava Mihalyuk.
Yes.
Slava
I
Mihalyuk,
don't
the
know.
Ukraine player. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know. I don't know why he's on the team
Svi
because
Mihalyuk.
I don't
Svi
see him.
Mihalyuk, yeah.
I don't see him
Mm-hmm.
contributing very well to the team. Right now, Boston's up 34-19 in the second quarter with 9:39 left. I can't get the
Mm-hmm.
game because the weather is really bad, but I have it on my
Okay.
computer right now on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I had it and then the what because of sleeping here. The reason why I can't get a good signal.
Mm-hmm. Svi Mihalyuk, he had like 3 points, 3 rebounds against Utah in 14 minutes. But again, I mean, we are talking about Utah team that is tanking, rebuilding. You know. I mean, I'm not underrating the win. It is the good win always to win 30 plus points at home. We should win every single time like that. But it was easy game. Okay, Tatum did his job. You know, nobody played more than 26 minutes from the starters. That was good. So Joe Mazzulla emptied the bench. So everybody played available, like Cornet, Lamar Stevens, Svi Michaljuk, Oshie Brissett, Peyton Pritchard, uh, then Sam Hauser, Daniel Banton, and Nehemias Kita. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, like we played with 13 players. But again, to repeat, we are like seven, maximum 7 players deep for the playoffs. Think
And
about it.
I think that's the problem that we're going to rely on. What I don't like either is like we'll take Tatum will come out the game and Brown will stay in, and he'll take Brown out and put Tatum in. And I'm thinking,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that the minutes they're getting is not that's too many minutes because they're young, so they should be able to run up and down the court as much as they
Mhm.
need to be. But again, if
Mhm.
we're looking outside the box, we're looking to um, preserve preserve their energy as much as we can for the playoffs. Because even
Absolutely.
though as good as they are, the playoffs is going to be a different game because the game is going to slow down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so we have to think that we have to think like that going forward.
I mean, I think that we are going to be in the finals at least, and we have the really good chance to win the title this way. We have the good team, we have the best. I still am saying that we have the best top 6 players in the NBA. I'm daring Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, uh, those smart guys on the TV to tell me which team is having the better top 6 guys in the NBA. Even Denver Nuggets, they lose
If you
Brown.
think, and if you
They
even if you
lost
think about
Brown.
it, you look at Boston and like this for All Star sake, this question about if they could take if they could put 4 guys in the All Star game.
4 guys.
Brown and Tatum is
Yeah,
locked,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I think to me, Derek White's played well enough to be selected by
Derek
the coach.
White.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah, yeah.
Porzingis brings something to the table that nobody else brings on the team, but
He is
Derek
not
White's
playing.
performance
He is
so
not
far,
playing. He's missing games, Porzingas. That's
yeah,
Jeru is not going to be all star. But
no,
Porzingas maybe because they lack of good centers, quality centers. Maybe only because of that. I wanted just to say Denver. So Nikola Jokic, Caldwell Pope, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Okay, and let's say Reggie Jackson, and that's it. They
okay,
are really, really, really Justin Holiday, but okay. So they are 6 deep as well. So we will see.
right,
I could be wrong, but I really love how our top 6 guys match up with their top 6 guys, and I'm
yeah.
considering them the biggest rivals for the title. It is going to be hard battle.
And I just love how the Lakers are are falling
Lakers suck.
apart right now. It's so lovely right now. It's so lovely. I gotta say it. I'm just
After they hang
loving
hang hang up the banner, so called, right? After they
loving
and
it.
LeBron James, and this is what we were talking about. Gordon Hayward. Listen, I love Gordon Hayward. We all had too many agendas. To win the whole thing wasn't the main one. Of course, he was playing for the next contract. Kyrie was thinking about Brooklyn, making deals with Kevin Durant for Brooklyn, how they are going to reign the NBA in Brooklyn. And everybody was thinking about the young guys. They played for the second contracts. And nobody was thinking about poor Boston to win the championship, right? But
Exactly.
this year is different, I believe. This year we learn from our mistakes. And by the way, can we give a little love to this man? Eastern Conference Coach of the Month, Mr. Joe Mazzulla.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
definitely.
loved his statement. How much
He's
do you think Mr. Mazzulla, this award mean to you? And he said, I'm not the one responsible for it 100%. I am maximum 50% responsible for it because I have the great staff behind me. I wish that they gave the awards to my staff, to my assistant coaches, to my coordinators, to my scouts, because they are doing the lineup proposition, they are doing scouts, they are doing scouting reports to the players, they are individually making trainings with the players, etc., etc. That's how the good coach is talking. I love it.
And I read. I don't know if you saw the article that he talked about. What motivated him more than anything else was because he had an interview to go to Utah, and they didn't select him.
Yes.
So that gave him more motivation to be a better coach. Because he didn't. I mean, we didn't know that he's going to be the coach for the Celtics, but he did
Yeah,
interview to
yeah,
go to Utah, and they didn't
yeah,
pick him.
yeah, yeah.
So that
Ravi.
so again, that motivation is there for him to that's more motivation for him to want to do good with Boston going forward. I'm pleased right now. The losses I have a problem with um because I think that they're really nonchalant about some things. And
Mhm.
I'd rather be more serious about playing the game. And
Away from Boston. They must play better in away games, and
and
they
that's
must pick up the tempo in the third period. That's the problem.
That's the only issue. That's my only issue is I want them to go. I want them to go, have a away game against a good team and blow them out at home. Now you convince me that you can play away from home under the lights and stars of another team that's a good team. And you look at what New York did, and the trades that New York made. It made them a better team. Now, did it make them better? I don't think it made them better in the 7 game series against Boston. Um, Maybe against Philly, and I'm thinking maybe against New York because it seemed like that trade when you make trades like that in the middle of the season, they work out for the first couple weeks and then they fall apart. So the verdict is still out on the New York Knicks trade, but they had to do something. Now,
Mm.
I don't I don't know if Boston can do it or figure out a way, but I would love to have quickly on the Celtics. That would be lovely. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you might have said something about it in the post, but I would give up Pritchard to get it quickly in a heartbeat. If we could pull the
Yeah.
trigger on him, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, we are short about the guards. If we give up Pritchard, then we must sign the guard. Anyway, just to say that we are good in Indiana. We lost in elimination game in season tournament, but right now in the second period, 5 minutes till the end of the second period, we're leading 45-30 against Indiana. Aaron Naismith is playing for Indiana, and Tyrese Halliburton, uh, 45 points. Tatum has 12 points, Brown 10 points, Holiday 5 points. Horford from the bench
You
6,
know,
Pritchard from the
I'm
bench
not.
5.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think we gave up on Naismith too soon, or you think that was a move that needed to be made?
No, I mean that it was necessary move to make. He's playing great. I'm happy for him, but I think that looking at the pieces that we have right now, no, I think that we did good job in giving him, because you must give up something to get something, right?
Right.
We got
And I mean,
from Indiana Malcolm Brogdon, right? And Brogdon got the
yeah.
Six Man of the Year award. So
Kelly almost had the post up there. He really wanted.
practically we did good job. Now we traded away
I agree.
Brogdon. I wish that we have somebody like Gordon at the moment at our team from the bench still. Uh, and about Luke Cornett, no, I'm not saying that he is bad man. He's good man. He's quiet man. He's doing jobs. The teammates are praising him. Right now, he's on the floor, and he's necessary for the regular season rotation. Just to clarify, I'm not seeing Luke Cornett in the playoff rotations until the Porzingas, Horford, and a couple of other guys fall down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like just, and I wish I would give the minutes to Nemanja Skita before him.
Yeah, I like him. I really do. He plays the game like he values every moment, every minute he plays. He values it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And he doesn't take it for granted.
He's rebounding.
Like that,
He's hustling.
you gotta give him some time. You got that definitely gotta give him some time. You know,
Before
Stevenson's
Cornet.
out of the rotation. I think he would play. He's playing well. Banton, I think
He's playing well.
I think they need to get these guys when they, on a road trip. They need to if you're trying to get the best record, okay. If you have a goal set in mind, which we know what the goal is to win an NBA title, I think that those guys need to get more real playing time than they do when it's a blowout. Banton plays and he handles the ball well. So I don't understand why he doesn't get a lot of time. Because the purpose of bringing them in here is signing these guys if you're not going to play them. I mean, I know that you have minutes that you had to give up, but what's wrong with give them 2 or 3 minutes in crunch time, and give Jason and Jalen a rest. And as long as they're playing defense, that's all that matters. If they don't score, that's fine, but they're playing defense, so that means that they're keeping the other team from scoring. So that's why I would like to see them. I like to see them guys get some more time as well.
Oshibri said he is, for example, tonight against Indiana, he's having like 4 rebounds, 6 minutes. I mean, he's smart player. Okay, I got it. He's playing. He's having like hustle plays. He's rebounding. He can even assist. But he's non-existence on the offense, man. You cannot have the player that is playing only one side of the floor. Similar can be said with to extent for Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser is shooting specialist. I love him. He's having the purest 3-point shoot at a team. I really love this to see perfect mechanics. He's jumping. He's shooting from the knees. He's jumping like a Ray Allen. Okay, I love to see every time he's jumping. What is happening on the defense when Sam Hauser on the floor? Every single coach is saying, we are playing 1-5 side, drag Sam Hauser in the pick and roll, leave our best player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, let's say, on the low post against Sam Hauser, post him up. End of story. you know what I'm talking about?
I totally agree.
So it is important to have the players like Jrue Holiday. I mean, not all-star players as your role players, but players that are built like Jrue Holiday.
Right.
Try to post up Jrue Holiday. Try to post up Derek White. Impossible. Even for power forwards.
Exactly.
So
I
so I
totally agree.
I don't want my role players to have 20 points from the bench and to give up 30 points. I don't care about that.
Exactly.
And and the people are only noticing, oh, but he scored 20 points from the bench. Never mind, he gave up 26 points. Never mind, he's negative.
And that's the part. That's the part they don't realize is you score 20, but you give up 22. So it basically it evens itself out because you didn't do anything.
You're negative. You're negative, man. 50-42 for Boston. So, Kevin, for closing to the end, what do you think about our schedule? So, tonight we're playing in Indiana.
Yeah.
We are repeating the match Monday, I'm seeing.
You're right. And then we have two Indiana
Minnesota and
Minnesota.
Milwaukee back to
That's
back. Wow.
that right there. I don't like the way that is back to back. I think that it should
Mm,
be because I think
one and one.
they play today and they play again on Monday, right? They play
Yeah.
Indiana Monday, then they leave, and then they go play.
Tuesday empty, then Wednesday Minnesota home. We should
Yeah,
win that. And what is going to be tricky is Thursday. I'm seeing the loss potentially. Milwaukee in Wisconsin and back-to-back game.
yeah. I'm this is a part of the schedule I didn't like.
Mm,
And it's weird because that gives them is that two? That's is that three games against Milwaukee?
yeah, or second game. I think that we defeated them. I must check.
Yeah, 'cause
I must check.
we
Okay,
already played them once.
play once.
So
Let me.
I'm just gonna look this. I'm looking at the schedule real quick because I'm gonna look at something here. So at the
Okay.
end of the season, oh, so they played Milwaukee. So
We
play
defeated
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee in Boston on 22nd November 119-116. I think Jason Tatum scored the three at the end of the game, and that is the only game against Milwaukee. So we defeated them in Boston 119-116. This is the second game
So
in
yeah,
Milwaukee.
okay, so second game. So we played them again. In March of 20th. That's at home, and then they play them again. Yep, the third. So they got some meaningful. I'm just looking at the end of the schedule because you have
Mhm.
yeah from April 1st you got Charlotte. You got they go on a road from March 22nd to April 1st. They're on the road. You got Detroit, Chicago,
Mhm.
Atlanta, New Orleans, Charlotte, Oklahoma
Mhm.
City. Come back home to Oklahoma City. So
Mhm.
it should be able to be Detroit. It should be able to be Chicago. They might split with Atlanta. Um, no, they should be able to beat New Orleans. They should be able to beat Charlotte. And then they have Oklahoma City. Then they have Sacramento, Portland, at Milwaukee, New York, Charlotte, and at Washington. The last 4 or 5 games. Um, so the schedule is kind of in their favor at the end. But I just want to know how. It's weird that they like this in season tournament kind of messed up the scheduling for when they play Philly because they played Philly so early in the year and they played them
Oh.
again already. Now they play them one more time in February, and that's the game I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to go up there to see them play them in Boston. In February,
Mhm.
they played them so early during the year. I didn't get a chance to go see them play them in Philly.
To conclude the story in the show, I really hope that Boston as organization learned from its own mistakes the last 5 years, and that this is our year. I believe in this. And the next 3 years or 4 years, we're going to be top of the league definitely. Uh, and I really hope that this loss against Oklahoma will be beneficial to us. And it will be the case only if we draw some conclusions from the game, and the next game against Oklahoma and the other contenders, we do not repeat the same mistakes. And we must have better approach in away games. We must have better approach in the third periods. And if something is good from this Oklahoma loss, is that I heard that from the ownership group, Brad Stevens received the green light to add the salary and to add the player, according to reports from NBC Sports Boston. So Vic Grusbeck and Steve Paluca, they say, okay, Brad, we are not the brightest basketball minds on the world. You are our head. And if you and Joe Mazzulla think that we need a player or two to win the championship, please do it. This is making my heart sing. Because this is music for my ears. So if this loss will get us one player that we need, this loss will be good. That's my conclusion.
Exactly. I totally agree.
The tough schedule, we discussed it. We will discuss it in the next shows. And Kevin, by the way, the time is flying with you. I mean, I didn't notice when our time was up. But I think that we had the good discussion.
Yes.
We brought the memories back from 2018. The ghosts of LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The ghosts of Kyrie Irving. The ghost of Kyrie Irving is still hunting us. The ghost of Kyrie Irving is still hunting us, but we will be the Ghostbusters hopefully this year, and we will win the banner number 18.
Exactly.
So that our friends from Los Angeles cannot say that they have 18 banners.
Yeah, yeah, they need to stop that. That's being disrespectful to the NBA.
That's just like silly, but never mind. And to mark in calendar that the next year we must win in-season tournament, so that they cannot say, "Oh, we have in-season tournament banner," and Boston doesn't have banner. Okay, Kevin, stay safe there. I really hope that the snow is going to slow down there.
Look, I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here till tomorrow morning. And actually, I'm trying to see if I can get this game on because the weather's messing up everything. And they got a football game on with Houston Texans and Indianapolis Colts. Has playoff confidentials for that right there. So good talking to you again, man. And you be safe out there, all right?
Always. I really hope that you will transfer some snow here so that the kids here can see the snow. So you will transfer the snow to me until the next time, and really hope that Andy will join us. Hope that Andy is okay, and hope that everybody is okay. So go Boston tonight. We hope that we will beat Indiana. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin Dixon, listen to this man's show. This man's show is flagship of the station, right? So we will talk soon, Kevin. The best of luck.
All right, take care, man. All right,
take care. So this was Shamrock Talk Show, episode 48. See you the next Saturday, hopefully with Andy, and Kevin will join us. Listen to Kevin's show and listen to End the Zone Sports Talk Radio. I am Igor. I love you, and go Celtics.
Welcome to the Shamrock Sports Talk Show with your hosts, Igor Mitic from Serbia, Europe, and Andy Vernon from Concord, New Hampshire. We are about pride, tradition, sweat, tears, victory, and determination of Boston sports. Give us a ring at 512-543-4662. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the Shamrock Sports Talk Show. Hello, and thank you for tuning into the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC, where you can find the best in sports talk television and radio shows. Mondays, check out the Just Us Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts, Kevin L. Dixon and Dana Clark. Then Tuesday, we have the Stars Talking Cowboys Sports Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. And on Wednesday, tune in for the Out the Block Sports Talk Show from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with hosts Robert Lewis, Donna Hainsworth, and Brett Shields. Then meet up with us on Saturday for the Enhanced Sports Talk Show from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern with hosts Lou Tenor and Steve Davidson. We also have the DMV Sports Talk Show from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern with your host, Razul McGee. As well, we have the Shamrock Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern with Igor Mitic and Andy Vernon. Finally, rounding out the week, we have on Sunday, That's Not How We See It Sports Talk Show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern with your host, Alfred Wallace, Tony Wallace, and Harold Robinson III. These shows come to you by way of the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.